It's mate against mate, state against state.
Oh my God, Terry, we can do a state of oranges joke. Like Origin?
Welcome back to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws. Dan, we've got some footy to talk about, brought to you by the Inappropriate T-Shirt Company.
Big weekend of football.
It
4
was,
games.
Yeah, quiet weekend, but a good weekend.
Another weekend of no losses for the Sharks.
Yeah, man, we're on a roll. Speaking of losses, though, Matt Duffy looks like he is all but certain to be cut from the Dragons. And you and I, well, we just can't comprehend it.
Guy comes out on Thursday night, puts in the game of his life, 1,000 try assists, couple of tries, makes line breaks for fun, and gets told he's not wanted.
Yeah, and the one thing about Matt Duffy this year, people turn around and say, oh, his defence isn't that good. Yeah, okay, it's the old adage, though. They've got to get through all the 12 players to get to Matt Duffy, and his positional play isn't all that good. His speed and his ball playing, though, that's something the Dragons don't have.
The cop this year was that he was quick, but he couldn't ball play, so he threw on 5 try assists. Like, if that doesn't answer the questions that were asked of him, I don't know what will. I hear he's going to sign for the Bulldogs, possibly as soon as this video comes out.
That's a strange signing for the Dogs.
3 fullbacks, mate. That's the way forward.
It's the way to go, isn't it? I don't know what that means about Josh Adokar and Corey Allen, but yeah, I don't know. There was talk. Dave Riccio came out and said that the Raiders were thinking about moving Shans Nickel-Clockstar into the centres.
It's there. Mate, Duffy's got something that you can't teach, and that's speed. And in terms of Cronulla need it, we know. He tore up on Thursday night purely because he's fast and good at football. Who would have known?
Should the Broncos take a punt on him?
Yes, they should, because Jermaine Asako, any questions about him potentially being the fullback next year, out the window.
Yeah, it's a strange scenario. Another strange scenario as well is it doesn't seem to be that many clubs in for Shaun Johnson at the moment.
No, it doesn't, which makes me think, smoke, fire, the old adage. Cronulla have pretty much, they've come out and said during the week that you're not going to get a contract.
And if you can go this year, you can go.
Which says to me that, look, I don't want to say there's something else behind there. Maybe it's just not the footballer that we, the fans, think he is. Mm-hmm. But on the surface, he looks like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, his game against the Gold Coast Titans says to me that he's the perfect halves partner for our brand new shiny signing in Nico Hines. And I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me on that one. And what also doesn't make sense to me in a half shortage, that the teams like the Gold Coast Titans, the Broncos, even the Raiders aren't sitting there seriously looking at Shaun Johnson. He's another one who's been heavily linked with the Bulldogs. Well,
there should be 6 or 7 teams after Shaun Johnson, to be honest. And I mean, it's not like this guy's had a horrible year and a half. Yes, he's coming off a serious injury, but he's also led the try assist last year, despite missing 5 or 6 games more than the others did. But
I mean, the team that should be at the head of the queue for Shaun Johnson is Manly.
Yeah, they should be saying now. We want him now because they're Shaun Johnson short of a genuine crack at the 8.
Absolutely. Now, the streak is over again. It's over again. The Panthers have lost through Origin.
Terry.
Wasn't it a blow-up?
Do you put an asterisk next to the loss?
No.
Of course you don't.
No, they just lost.
No. Mate, every year, except last year, to be fair, every team goes through this. Now,
except the 2016 Sharks.
Look, that's
turned
true.
Turned up to Penrith Park.
So he turned up to Penrith and Panston with 6 players out. It can be done. I'm not going to say good sides win through Origin, but Melbourne won.
Yeah, it didn't show a great deal of faith in Penrith's depth that they're talking about, because those players that came up were pretty bang average.
Look, Tyrone wasn't very good. And Burton, to his credit, hasn't played much in first or second receiver. Look, it's not time to worry in terms of Penrith.
It's not time to worry.
But they're fans, mate. I think it's time for a reality check.
Yeah.
The world's not against you. It happens. And Solzy actually put something really good out there. He said if you get the choice of having 5 or 6 Origin players come finals time, but there's 3 weeks where they're going to play injured or not at all, you take it.
Yeah.
So Penrith, come on.
I mean, you only have to look at flip this. Had those players there, they absolutely destroyed the Tigers.
They do, and everyone knows it. So I wouldn't worry. A loss to the Tigers is still funny, and it's great for banter.
But geez, they've got some thin skin.
But don't worry about it. Come on.
Yeah. Dan, again, we're talking about the contentious point in rugby league at the moment. High tackles being outlawed, and this is the reason why.
Who would have thought that guys not getting hit in the head was a good thing? Rugby league fans, mate, we can't have anything nice.
Yeah, we tell you every week.
Terry,
Talk to me, Daniel.
Zero tackle talking point time, mate. And
What is it?
Well, it's got to be State of Origin, obviously.
Has to be.
Penrith losing on Thursday night was both funny and started a conversation that we have to have again. State of Origin, we saw it work last year, end of the year. Can it be done?
Absolutely. And it should be done. It should either be shut the competition down for 2 weeks and play it Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, or it should be done at the end of the year. There's no argument to that.
There's not. The only reason that it doesn't go through is because of the TV contracts. Now, we redo TV contracts seemingly every year or two. What's to say, hey, we'll give you a couple of games, we'll give you a Tonga or Samoa. That'll rate.
Yeah.
We give you a couple of New South Wales Cup games. You tell me people didn't tune in the other week and watch that Thursday night game with the Bears?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was great fun. You put two of those on, there's your Thursday and Friday. Okay, you take a bit of a hit. But the games that we saw this weekend, although I watch rugby league
religiously
any time, they weren't that good.
No, they weren't. Look, there was some... it's good to see the depth in coming through rugby league. But you also then wonder, is this a good promotion for the 17th and 18th team?
Oh, it's definitely not. And, you take the 6 best players out of any team.
Yeah.
Well...
And it's even shown that a team that's walked through, seemingly losing now 2 games in 30-something...
Yeah.
You take 6 players out, and they're 2 most important players at the moment.
And look, I have no... I don't feel sorry for Penrith in any way. It happens every single year. But the fact we've seen it last year can be done.
And how successful it was last year as well.
Look, the ratings were down. And don't forget, the television contracts are very important because they fund the game, and they will say, yeah, but the ratings were down.
So shut it down for 2 weeks.
Or you give people 2 or 3 years, and it'll be exactly the same.
Well, it doesn't even need to be 2 weeks. You can just, as I said, play Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, shut that down, fill it with international games, promote the female State of Origin games a lot better.
Spot on.
Show the under-20s, show the New South Wales Cup versus Queensland Cup game. Get all of that happening in there, and you can make it work. You'll rate through the roof.
There's your content.
Peter Volanders, if you need us, because
give us a call, mate. Give us a call, guys. Let us know in the comments what you think. Should Origin move to the end of the year? Should they shut the comp down, or have they got it right? Penrith just need a comp.
We're actually going to put a poll up as well. We'll put a poll and we'll vote for it, and then we'll take that to the NRL.
Blues by 40. Let's talk some State of Origin, Terry.
Game 1.
Tent City is ready to go.
It is, man. That's incredible what's happening there. But they've moved the game from Melbourne to Townsville, obviously with the COVID outbreak.
Had to be done.
Bit of an outrage about Queensland getting 2 games. I don't really care.
Well, we said last week that we didn't care, and I still don't.
No, it should have, if anything, if they want a neutral venue, send it to Adelaide, whatever. But, yeah, look, it's that time of the year where state against state, mate against mate. Here we are.
Cannot even look at you in that jacket.
No, that's all right. Well, you're wearing my jacket, so this is how good
it's
we
are.
Look, what are your thoughts around the whole piece, the 3 games, the teams that are happening, the gamesmanship from Queensland? Dane Gaggai's got tonsillitis, apparently. I don't believe that for a second.
Every single year, Queenslanders get something. It's usually gastro or the flu. So it's nice to see him mix it up for a bit.
Yeah, it's 5-1 that it's going to come out tomorrow, though.
It's only Gaggai. So, look, mate, in terms of the game, I'm excited. Yeah. I do miss watching the Sharks play on the weekend. I'm not going to lie to you. But Wednesday night, it's literally all I'll care about. Yeah,
look, I'm actually up in Brisbane this week.
First time you've been to Queensland.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was thinking about getting a chartered flight up there and trying to get a ticket, but it was so hard to get tickets. And the chartered flights up to Townsville, the morning I looked at it, they were like $79, and then the next day after it got announced, they were like $400 and something. And I didn't want to pay money to stay in a tent either.
That's a fair call.
Yeah. I'll be at the Caxton for anyone who wants to come up and have a beer. But Dan, what's your prediction for the game?
Look, it'll be the same thing as every year. New South Wales should win by 30, but probably won't.
Yeah, I think Queensland are going to get away with this one.
New South Wales are going to win, and like every year, my genuine prediction is that people who were born and raised in New South Wales have never even been to Queensland, can't even point it out on a map, will somehow become Queensland fans on the day.
That's right. And
they're the worst kind of people.
And we'll win by 8, so that's my prediction for it. Val Holmes is going to carve up at fullback.
I'll say the Blues by 7. I think Nathan Clear is just too good right now.
Not in Origin, though.
Terry.
Talk to me, Daniel.
Let's talk some Sharkies. Good week to be a Sharks fan.
There's a lot going on, but obviously we signed Nico Hines for 3 years.
Greatest news I've had in a long time.
And you've been promoting this, writing about it
for 2 years.
Yeah.
I was so happy. Look, I wasn't convinced it was going to happen until literally it was tweeted out.
Yeah.
So
it dropped into our DM, and we were still being so negative, going, "There's no way we're going to get a player like this in the Sharks." But He picked us, and he picked Fitzgibbon as well, which is the most important thing.
He picked Fitzgibbon. He didn't pick the Sharks, but that makes me happy because Fitzgibbon is the Sharks now.
Yeah. Look, he's been in sensational form. Obviously, he's playing fullback. He has been named to play 6 a couple of times, but then Pappenhausen goes off with a HIA, so he ends up at fullback. But he's ball playing, Dan.
That ball on the weekend, and you'll know that ball just made me so happy.
Yeah.
I love him.
It's a stunning signing. It's an absolute stunning signing.
This is a beauty. And
this is 50% of what you said needed to happen as well, because the other 50% is Joseph Manu.
Yeah, look, it's on the ball. And Hines been signed to play 7, so...
He's been signed to play in the halves. Let's just say that there. That's what it said in the release. It didn't say whether it was 6 or 7. But the interesting news is that we've come out and said that Sean Johnson is not going to be around next year, and he just seems to me to be the perfect partner for Nico Hines.
He does. I've been digging to find some info about this, and I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
He's come down off, like, I originally thought it was a money thing. You know, fair enough. You want $2 million and we're only willing to pay you a quarter of that. Okay. But it looks like he's come down, and the money's supposedly asking for Canberra. Quite reasonable.
Yeah, he's asking for the same amount of money now as we allegedly signed for Nico Hines, and I think that's a perfect partnership.
Absolutely. If you're paying 1.2 for your halves combination, you're in very good stead elsewhere, because 1.2's Ben Hunt.
Yeah, or Daly Cherry Evans. They're struggling for a halves partner.
Spot on.
It's got to be either something personal or there's just a fractured relationship with the club.
It is.
But if you've got a fractured relationship with the club, you can mediate it. Get some meetings happening. I don't know. If we have to roll out a season with Nico Hines and Matt Moylan, I love Matt Moylan. Obviously, our podcast
started because of Matt Moylan.
Because of Matt Moylan, yeah. But I just feel like we're going to waste a year of Nico Hines.
Looks fair call. The way Moylan's been playing recently has been very, very exciting. I just think we've got 2 players that can play 5'8" really well without a halfback. Although we've been playing without a halfback for a couple of years now, so it's not that new.
Brilliant. The one thing that I worry about with the Nico Hines, Matt Moylan, is how we're going to kick ourselves out of trouble.
It's true, because Wade Graham hasn't got the boot he used to as a youngster.
Blake Brayley only goes 40-20s, and we haven't seen Nico Hines kick long.
No, we haven't.
He's a brilliant footballer, and he's probably got it in his personnel, but yeah, look, let's go into it. Johnson versus Moylan, we're talking about that now.
So the club's made a decision we thought we'd be debating for quite a while to come.
Yeah, I love everything about Fitzgibbon coming in. I love everything, the direction that the club's going now, but this is probably one that, as fans, you can probably question.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, we'll see. I still think Braden Trindle plays a big part in our future moving forward.
Oh, yeah, we saw that.
I just get the feeling that this is a stopgap 1 year, which makes me think he's got something planned for the year after.
Yeah, look, and on the weekend in the Daily Telegraph, Buzz Rothfield, and people turn around and say, oh, yeah, who listens to Buzz? But he's the one that broke the Nico Hines story, and apparently he's back on side with the board now, and he's come out and said that we're still linked with Mitch Pearce.
Another one I don't really get, but
I could probably get behind that for a year.
Hey, look,
that's one I could get behind.
If Sir Fitz comes to me and sits me down and says, Daniel, here's why, I'm on board.
Yeah. Now, the other players, Aaron Woods and Josh Dugan, have been told that they have no future at the Sharks. I'm not really going to cry any tears over that.
Look, me neither. It's a business decision. Josh Dugan's been good for us, on and off the field, and I think he's grown a lot off the field, especially in the black, white and blue. In saying that, there's no spot for him next year. We've got Ramin, we've got Tracy, we've got 3 or 4 centre options coming through. We're still looking for a centre, supposedly. I just don't see where he fits in on the money that is going to take to retain him.
Yeah, look, from my understanding is at the beginning of the year when we had a look at all the players that were off contract, we thought Josh Dugan probably had another 2 years in him and we wanted him to stay. The money that he was asking for, though, he wanted a 2-year, $1 million deal. I think that's cost him his future at the club.
Look, very likely. And don't get me wrong, I like Dugan a lot. I'll stand by that. Woods as well.
Yeah.
But in terms of business, there's better options for cheaper. We need to move forward now. I applaud the club.
I don't think I would have come out and publicly said about Aaron Woods, if we don't get our forwards targets, I think there's still a spot for Woods at the club. He's shown that his best games are unreal, and he was superb against the Gold Coast Titans. But he is one of those players who is better running downhill than uphill.
Definitely. He's going to have to take a big pay cut. If he runs out of options, though, he's going to be forced to take that pay cut. Yeah. I think we can get him on the cheap. I definitely wouldn't rule that out.
Yeah, I wouldn't rule it out, but it seems like we have made that decision. The alarming thing for Aaron Woods is there's no, normally when a player's told they can leave the club, you hear about, Matt Duffy, there's a couple of clubs sniffing around now, Sean Johnson, there's a couple of clubs sniffing around. It's all crickets for Aaron Woods, which is concerning for him at this point in his career. Because he's still got another 4 or 5 years in him.
Look, he'd walk in to the Warriors side.
Yeah.
And probably 3 or 4 others.
And I mean, he probably walks back into the Bulldogs team that he left as well.
Without a doubt. Even the Tigers.
Yeah.
Like, there's spots for Aaron Woods. I think if he sends the feelers out and says, hey, look, I'm willing to take a just over minimum contract, just prove my worth, there's plenty of football left in those legs.
Yeah. Again, it's one of them ones where I probably wouldn't have made the call so early on Aaron Woods. I would have just been like, Woods is a player that you can re-sign in September. We say it about Aiden Tolman, it's the same about Aaron Woods.
You can always go back.
You can, yeah. Do you want to go back with your tail between your legs, though?
For football reasons, absolutely. Send someone else.
Okay. Well, we're going to stick a poll up as well about Sean Johnson and Matt Moylan. Vote on it, retweet it, like it, favourite it. Give us a comment. Best comment will get a prize back.
Love it.
Dan, it's time for some top sport tips.
Absolutely. Full round of rugby league. It's back. Plus a Monday game this week too.
We do have a Monday game. It's very exciting. But let's start off with the Friday game that should be exciting, could be exciting, probably won't be exciting, and that's Manly versus Cowboys.
You got the Origin fullbacks playing against each other.
Well,
hopefully.
An Origin centre against an Origin fullback.
Well, if you put it that way.
Yeah, that's how we put it that way. Look, yeah, this round, as you said, jokingly, but it's just going to be depending on who backs up, and then that's going to make our tips a little bit harder. But regardless of the players backing up or not here, it's at Brookvale. I'm going Manly 1-12.
Yes, absolutely. I don't know if Turbo backs up.
I don't think Turbo backs up. I think Gerbo backs up. DCE will back up because he doesn't really do much anyway.
No, I still think they'll beat the Cows.
Yeah, I think they'll beat the Cowboys as well. I can't see Valentine Holmes backing up either as well. He always seems to have that sort of Origin knock. We know about that as well.
We do, fair enough. You play out 80, and a lot. That's going to come up a lot in these games. But still, we're going to tip a perfect round.
We are, and Ruben Garrick is going to be the first try scorer in this game.
He's been told he's not wanted it.
Yeah, I could not believe that.
He's going to.
I don't think it's they don't want him. I think it's that he's asking too much money.
Fair enough. I think someone's going to put their hand up.
Yeah, someone will put their hand up to get him. Now, putting the hand up and backing up. Hopefully, the Panthers don't back up because Friday night, Sharks versus the Panthers.
This could be fantastic. Sharks unaffected by Origin. Good strategy.
Yeah, very good strategy. Hopefully, the Panthers cop a lot of knocks.
Just rest.
Yeah, just rest them. Just don't back up. We've seen how good you were back up.
You know who I would like to see be rest? Charlie Staines. Average footballer at best. Plays Cronulla. Scores a million tries.
And I'm going to back him to score a double.
Me too.
Yeah. Who are you picking in this one?
The Panthers.
Yeah, I'm going to go the Panthers as well, but hopefully they don't. Hopefully they don't back up.
Jinx tip.
Yeah. Titans versus Roosters on Saturday afternoon. Look, this season is just going from bad to worse from the Titans, and it's only going to go worse here.
They need to win this game.
They're not going to win this game.
Simply put, look, I can't see them beating the Roosters either.
Yeah. But
it's getting into territory where they have to start winning games. It sounds silly, but...
Yeah, and it's at this point now for the Roosters as well. They're very injury affected. I don't know if they're getting any players back, and I don't know who's going to back up, but they still should have enough to beat this Titans team. I'm going to pick the Roosters 1-12. Dan Tupou is going to have the game of his life from getting an Origin snub. And I think the Titans season is going to free fall from here.
Absolutely. Angus Crichton's back too. One to watch.
A game that's going to be really exciting for about 5 minutes is the Rabbits versus the Knights on Saturday afternoon. The Knights, man.
Jeez, we saw them fall apart. They capitulated today on Old Boys Day too, of all days.
Did they have any Origin players?
Uponga.
Yeah, but he's injured. He got
Frizzell's out. So they got two Origin players who missed.
Yeah, and Clemmer's not back for this game either as well. Oh, this is just going from bad to worse. I'm going to pick the Rabbits 13+.
Yeah, me too, and I think Cody Walker's going to have the game of his life.
I was going to say Cody Walker and Latrell Mitchell anytime try scorers. I don't know why they picked this game to ruin our Saturday night, but the Raiders against the Broncos.
Canberra.
Yeah.
By default.
Yeah, Canberra 1-6. I don't even want to give it any more airtime, Daniel.
Sorry, Canberra fans.
Yeah. Warriors versus Storm. This is going to be an interesting game. Are the Storm allowed into New South Wales? From the Sunshine Coast? Yeah, they are?
Yeah, they are. They haven't been back to Melbourne since the lockdown.
Right, so they're based out of Sunshine for a little bit.
It's going to be a Kiwi party day too, I heard. That was a special announcement today. They're going to have a big rock band. I actually don't know who they are, which shows how cool I am.
Yeah.
But this should be fun. Reece Walsh versus Nico Hines. Battle of the two best young, good-looking fullbacks in the game.
Is Nico Hines actually going to play? Is Pappenhausen back? Or?
Well, they said he's coming good. Mm-hmm. I don't like that he's coming good.
Yeah.
I want to hear that he's good.
If this game's on the Central Coast, you play Nico Hines because he's just going to tear it up.
He will?
That's his stomping ground as well. Look, I'm going to pick the Storm 13+ regardless.
Storm, Nico Hines.
They're so good,
2 tries, 4 assists, man of the match, whatever. Yeah. Get on him.
Eels versus Tigers. Now, this is a bit of spice for a Sunday afternoon game.
Certainly is. The Tigers played really well on Thursday. Yes, they beat a below par Penrith side, but whatever. A win's a win. And boy, did they enjoy that win on the hill.
And the Eels sort of bounced back into a bit of form. You know, when you take a couple of beatings, it's nice to play a team that you should flog and you do flog.
Yeah.
I would confidently tip Parramatta, but without knowing the injury to Reid Mahoney, I think that's going to hurt Parramatta. They still should have enough for the Tigers, though.
Yeah, look, Para for me, I think King Gutho is going to go over. He scored a nice try yesterday as you're watching this.
Yeah.
I think he'll score again here. The crowd for this should be monstrous.
Yeah, out at Bankwest as well. If you can get tickets, go out there. It's going to be mental. I'm going to pick the Eels 13 plus Mike Acevo to continue scoring tries, put on pressure for Josh Adokar for that leading try scorer. And Monday afternoon footy. I'm so excited about this until I saw who was playing. It's the Dogs versus the Dragons.
It's football on a Monday, which is good.
Yeah, look, the Dragons will win this game and solidify their spot in the top 8.
I think this is a bounce back. Oh, not a bounce back.
What's not a bounce back? They won by 30.
I just assume they lost. But I think Matt Duffy's going to do exactly what he did again.
Look, the Dogs, they just... You know, the one place that the Dragons can hurt you is up the middle of their forward pack. The Dogs don't have any forwards, and then if you give Matt Duffy an inch of space, it's done. I'm going to pick the Dragons 13 plus.
This will be bittersweet for the Dogs because I believe Matt Duffy's going to sign for them. He's going to hurt them, and then he's going to give them the signing. So, good fun.
Good fun. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by Punctured Media. Don't forget to like and subscribe on all our socials. Trash us in the comments. Leave us some positive comments as well. We've been enjoying reading them lately. Best comment every week, obviously, gets a prize pack from us. And Dan?
State of Oranges, baby!